To be honest, I really can't pin down exactly why I decided to do this.
Gonna be a fun day. Oh, easy 45 minutes, 10-mile run
45 minutes? Oh, man.
with a 3:30 pace.
I wanted to do something that was going to knock me out of my routine, because lately my routine had been pretty lax and pretty complacent.
The most, I told Nate, I was like, the most I've ever ran is like 2 miles tops.
Eat like a little baby.
2 miles tops, and the last time I ran a mile was probably over a year ago. When's the last time I've even done cardio with you at the gym?
Stop that.
I warm up on the stairs climbing for like 2 minutes, maybe. Sometimes.
Some events have taken place recently that really just made me stop and think about life and what really matters. Someone who's new to our extended family had lost someone very close to them, and something that never should have happened is completely just out of the blue, and it really was just like a wake-up call, just watching my family and our community react to that. And it was something that it really struck me and made me feel like I need to be doing something that's creating some real experience in my life, and not just this complacent, like even keel routine. You know, there's a lot of things that cross my mind, like what can I do? What is something that I just need to do something that's uncomfortable, that is gonna make me grow, force me to grow, and push outside of that comfort zone that I've been so used to. So really one of the easiest things that I can think of that takes really no thought. It doesn't take, you don't have to have special skills, you don't have to have experience, you don't have to have tools or resources. Really, it's so simple and easy at its foundation, and that is to just run.
10 miles.
No, he just texted me. He's like, I think I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm like what? He was like, I think I'm gonna run 10 miles with no prep.
This is my favorite, dude. I don't know if the Hush is the only lemonade flavor they have, but the Hush lemonade is pretty good. I'm relying on caffeine.
If you run this 10 miles without stopping, he might sponsor you.
I'm relying on caffeine and fears of my hopes and dreams being crushed. So we're gonna go for a little run tonight. I don't know why we're doing this, but I called up Nate and Caleb to help me film, because I say we, I don't mean we are running, because Caleb won't run with me. So I'm gonna try to run by myself, and the goal is 10 miles. And I've never ran more than 2 miles consecutively in my life, and I don't do cardio, so.
I already did a leg workout today. I wouldn't make it very far.
So, I hate running. I don't run. I don't do cardio, hardly ever, almost never. I do before hunting season, but I've been slacking
No, he doesn't.
on my fitness leading into Utah next week, so.
Yeah, his
This is kinda
cardio
like
is 2 minutes on the treadmill.
Yeah, exactly.
On
Kinda-
the decline. That's real.
I'm kind of punishing myself for not preparing for Utah, so.
I've actually been
we'll see how
preparing,
this goes.
so thank you, Laura, for the workout plan and the diet. I've kind of steered away from the diet, sorry.
What's the over-under on me throwing up? Listen, you should have known I'm not a planner by now.
I told you, get your miles locked out here.
Well, I looked at it on the map. Even if you go to 13 from here, it's only 8.8 miles.
Only.
To 13, yeah.
What? You can't just run there and run
So I'm thinking,
1.8
well,
back?
and then me and Nate were talking, it's going to be, I don't want to be in people's way and get hit or something. So if we do mostly gravel, it'll be easier.
Oh, you're doing gravel?
I feel like that's gonna be
Yeah, you're talking about shin splints. That's going to get them.
Think so?
Yeah, that's not even... Why do you think tracks are hard?
It's not like it's freshly graded where it's all
I tried.
powdery.
I want to enjoy this.
You think gravel's going to be hard?
No.
I'm just saying, if I go down there first and come back,
Get on big chunks.
let's go up there, come back down Varner, and then I'll hit M.
just don't get on big.
or I'll just stay on gravel to Varner. But the goal is basically towards 13.
Like I said, you can just
The goal is
take
10, but hey, we could do a second take where I say the goal is 3, and then if I get 7, it looks really good. You know what I mean?
off as you wear
Just
ankle
kidding.
socks.
The goal is actually 1, so anything above that, we'll use this take, and not the take of me saying 10 miles.
Yeah, true.
Motivational YouTube video going here.
Yeah, we were kind of joking around like, how far do you think I'll make it? And I was being, you know, like the least optimistic, joking around, but I knew that I could do something. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be too terrible, and I could do better than probably what I thought I could do and what they thought I could do. None of us had like great outlooks, like how he can do 5 or he can do 7 or he can do 10. No, we were just like, you know, for being someone who doesn't run, who weight trains all the time, who doesn't do cardio, who's not in the endurance world at all, who really trains for bodybuilding and strength training. But in the back of my mind, I kind of knew like, hey, I'm going to take this to a level that's really going to push myself. And it honestly, it made me kind of nervous. Like, I was joking around and having fun with the guys before we started, but when I started to stretch up a little bit and lace up the tennies, it was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of fuck myself up on this.
I thought about doing a track, but I just can't stare.
Like, when's he gonna stop? No, when's he gonna actually stop to take a break? Okay, like,
For 300 yards. What should I listen to?
you should get pretty good for here. It's fairly flat. I don't know.
I think he'll stop 0.7 miles.
0.7? Oh, I think he'd get a mile and a half.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna use that for motivation.
Mile 1 was like off to the races. Okay, we're doing this. Let's get it. I made it to a mile, and Nate and Caleb parked the truck up at the mile mark and passed them and said, I think I said gravel sucks or something like that, because it did suck. About halfway through mile 2, I started getting a really bad cramp in just under my ribs and my abdomen. If you ever ran and got a cramp in your side, like, that's exactly what it was, and I'm like, oh shit, like, this is not good. If I'm getting a cramp on mile 2, and it was getting worse and worse, I'm like, shit, if this is what's gonna happen, I don't know how far I can go. Just kept feeling it out, kept running, didn't stop, got through mile 2, and by mile 3, the cramp had just like disappeared.
You're gonna go motivate him?
Yeah. I went pretty heavy on legs today. Just gonna keep going. Yeah, there's
So mile 4 and 5, I got to the point where I'd kind of reached a flow with my breathing and my upper respiratory system, like my lungs and everything. Definitely about halfway through, I was telling myself, okay, look, there's nothing broken, there's nothing excruciating, you can keep going. Like that's all that I kept repeating to myself, is there's nothing broken, there's nothing excruciating, you may be hurting and in pain, but you're not injured, so you got to keep going. I realized that it was 100% a mental battle from that point forward. Like, you just got to keep your legs going, and you got to tell your brain, hey, we're not getting out of this, and you're going to keep these legs going no matter what. So I used a lot of, I hate to say it, but I used a lot of negative self-talk. Like, I was telling myself, you know, if you quit, you're never gonna finish anything. You're never gonna forgive yourself if you quit this, because I know you can do it. Like, in the back of my head, I knew I could do it if I just didn't quit. That it was gonna honestly be like something that really set me free and allowed me to forgive myself for a lot of things that I had quit in the past. And as crazy as that sounds for something so insignificant, like just a little 10-mile run, that was a huge factor for me. Going from halfway to the finish line was like, hey, listen, man, there's people that are dead that wish they could run like that. So who are you? There's literally people that are dead who wish they could be here on the planet experiencing the life, the wind, the gravel, the running, the pain that you're experiencing right now. There's people that wish they could do that. So who the F are you to quit or to stop running right now and think that you deserve a break or you deserve to stop? The second half of the run, I was thinking about high school coaches. I was thinking about people that motivated me, that told me I was going to be great in sports, or that pushed me, or that gave me any kind of motivation or encouragement throughout sports and athletics growing up. I thought about my family. I thought about my grandpa and my grandparents that are getting old and that they don't have a lot of life left. Like, they would give anything to be my age and be able to be out there and be running and super able-bodied and healthy. So those are the kind of things that went through my mind in the second half, where I was just like, you need to be grateful, and you need to push yourself as hard as you can on this run. This is really mental. Like, it's 100% mental. You hear these guys talk about it. You hear guys like David Goggins and Cameron Haynes and all these guys talk about it. You're like, yeah, well, maybe there's probably something to it, but I realize 100% it is a mental game. Your mind is trying to play tricks on you, trying to say, yeah, but that hip or that ankle is not feeling too great. Maybe you should just give it a couple seconds or a few minutes, or maybe you should stop. Maybe you should come back and finish the rest tomorrow. Maybe you should take breaks. Well, it's a mental battle. Like, that's just what I kept going back to, is there's nothing broken, there's nothing excruciating, there's no reason for you to stop. So keep going until that 10-mile mark, or until you cannot freaking run anymore. No music, me versus me, just in my own head, trying to grind it out. And throughout mile 8 was fucking hard. Like, mile 8 was probably mentally one of the hardest miles. Kept telling myself, if I can get to mile 9 and finish mile 9, I know that I can get 10. If I can just get to the last mile and just keep going, I know that I can get to 10. I'm trying, I'm doing the best I can. Like, I'm pumping, I'm in pain, my hip flexors are hurting. The last mile, I got to this point, and I don't remember if Caleb was with me for the entire last mile. I think he was, but we passed an intersection on the highway, and you could see one big hill, and then you could see one even bigger hill up, and then I could see where Nate parked the truck for the finish line. Got down to the bottom of the last hill, started ascending the last hill, got probably about 3/4 of the way up, and I'm just struggling to swing my arms and swing, like trying to just take momentum and swing my hips sideways to get my legs to follow suit underneath me, just trying to take any ounce of momentum I could, because my muscles at that point were just done. And started climbing that second hill, got up 3/4 of the way, and my phone in my ear set, I had an app going, and it said mile 10 complete, and I just
My phone said mile 10, and I just fucking.
Hey, we're all surprised.
I thought I
You
had
didn't
to,
stop.
dude. I thought I had to go like a quarter mile past the truck.
Really?
Yeah, because you guys have been short like every time.
Yeah.
Oh. This is the worst any leg day I've ever had. Some guy in the comments is gonna be like, stop being a pussy. It's just 10 miles. He's probably right. So I'm gonna thumbs up to you when you say that in the comments. 'Cause I'm sure someone will. I got to 9 and I'm like, oh man. Then everything like starts playing tricks on you. Like you start feeling more cramps. I got a second little splurge of I'm gonna puke.
Yeah.
And then you get down a hill and then there's just, I was like, oh great. Last mile there's 2 giant hills. Like, that's gonna go great. As bad as I thought it would feel. Can't believe it, Nate. Your doubt motivated me the whole time. I was saying that motherfucker Nate said 1.5 miles and I'm gonna make him pay for it.
He said 0.7. I said a mile and a half.
Oh, you said
I gave you a
you
better
said
deal.
mile and a half. You said 0.7.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't think you
I thought for sure when we got to 2. Before I got to 2, I was like, oh man, I'm in for it. This
It
is
wasn't
gonna-
the willpower, it just didn't know if your body could take it.
That to me was the biggest win. Is not the fact that I did 2 miles. It's the fact that I thought I could only do 1.5 to 2 miles without stopping, and I did the entire fucking 10 without stopping. Not really believing that until about halfway through the run that it was even a possibility that I could really get 10 without stopping. Because remember when I started this, it wasn't do 10 all at once or do 10 without stopping. The goal was just to do 10 in a few hours, half a day, whatever it took. It was like one of the first things that I felt like, holy shit, man. You actually put in, like, you put your all in. Like, you were all in. You didn't hesitate. You didn't skip out. You didn't, like, sandbag. You didn't leave anything on the road or the gravel. You put it all out there and you actually freaking pushed yourself to the wall. So guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate all your support, even so early on, with your likes, follows, subscribes, you guys watching my videos on YouTube. Just want to say thank you, and huge thanks to Nate and Caleb for helping me out on this video. And don't forget, guys, gratitude is the cure-all. For me, that seems like the key to a happy and fulfilled life. So thanks for the support. We'll see you guys next time.